Ever wonder why programmers are obsessed with coffee? Whether it's debugging at midnight, meeting tight deadlines, or staying focused during long coding sessions, caffeine is the secret fuel that keeps developers going. But is it just about energy, or is there a deeper connection between coffee and coding? Picture this. It's 2 a.m. Your code isn't working, your deadline is looming, and frustration is setting in. Just as you're about to give up, you take a sip of coffee. Suddenly, your brain clicks, and the solution appears right in front of you. Coincidence? Probably not. Coffee and coding go hand in hand, almost like a syntax and semicolon. But why do programmers rely so heavily on caffeine? Is it just the taste, or is there something deeper behind the love affair between coffee and coding? The bond between programmers and coffee is legendary. Whether it's debugging deep into the night, meeting a tight deadline, or simply surviving a morning stand-up meeting, coffee fuels the minds behind some of the world's most innovative software. But why do programmers rely so heavily on caffeine? Let's dive into the science, psychology, and culture behind the coffee-coding connection. Increased focus and alertness programming is mentally demanding. Writing clean, efficient code requires deep concentration, problem-solving skills, and logical reasoning. A minor syntax error can take hours to debug, demanding unwavering focus. How caffeine helps? Blocks adenosine. Adenosine is a neurotransmitter responsible for making you feel tired. Caffeine blocks its effects, keeping your brain alert and engaged. Enhances dopamine production. Caffeine stimulates dopamine release, improving motivation, cognitive function, and even mood, essential when dealing with frustrating bugs. Boosts short-term memory. Studies suggest that caffeine improves working memory, allowing programmers to keep track of complex code structures and logic chains more effectively. Real-world example. Ever struggled with a bug for hours, only to sip some coffee and suddenly see the solution? That's caffeine enhancing cognitive function in real time. The ritual of coffee break coding marathons can be mentally exhausting, and sitting for hours staring at a screen isn't exactly healthy. This is where the ritual of a coffee break comes in, giving programmers a chance to reset and recharge. Why coffee breaks matter? Encourages mental reset. Stepping away from your screen with a cup of coffee allows the subconscious mind to process problems, often leading to unexpected solutions. Prevents burnout. Continuous coding for hours can lead to cognitive fatigue. A well-timed coffee break offers a moment to breathe. Enhances social interaction. Coffee breaks spark conversations among programmers, leading to knowledge sharing, collaboration, and idea exchange. Pro tip. The Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break, pairs perfectly with a quick coffee refill. Late-night coding sessions. For many developers, the best work happens at night, when distractions are minimal, the world is quiet, and there's nothing but you, your keyboard, and a strong cup of coffee. Why programmers code late at night? No interruptions. The world sleeps while programmers grind. Creative thinking peaks. The brain often enters a more creative mode during late hours. Deadline pressures. Many developers work under tight deadlines, forcing them to extend their coding hours. How coffee helps. Fights fatigue. Keeps you alert and prevents sluggish thinking. Improves reaction time. Reduces errors when coding under pressure. Sustains deep work. Helps maintain focus during complex problem-solving tasks. Beware. Too much late-night coffee can mess up your sleep cycle, leading to exhaustion the next day. Moderation is key. Coffee culture in the tech world. Coffee isn't just a personal preference, it's a shared culture among programmers, from solo developers to entire tech giants. Why coffee is the official beverage of programmers? Startup and office coffee stations. Many companies offer unlimited free coffee, because they know it fuels productivity. Hackathons and coding marathons. Caffeine keeps developers awake and engaged for long competitions. Cafe meetups and brainstorming sessions. Some of the biggest ideas in tech history were first discussed over coffee. Fun fact. The first versions of Java programming language were developed while its creators consumed copious amounts of coffee, hence the name, Java. The placebo effect. Coffee is a productivity trigger for many developers. Coffee isn't just about caffeine. It's a ritual that signals the brain to enter work mode. How coffee triggers productivity, conditioning and routine. Just like putting on headphones signals deep focus, drinking coffee primes the brain for coding mode. Aromatherapy effect. The smell of coffee alone can boost mood and alertness. Mental association with energy. Even without caffeine, programmers feel more productive just by sipping coffee. That's the power of placebo. Fun fact. Many developers report that decaf coffee still helps them focus, proving the strong psychological connection between coffee and coding. The hacker ethos in coffee is deeply embedded in hacker culture. From early computing pioneers to today's software engineers, caffeine has fueled some of the biggest breakthroughs in tech. Historical connection. MIT and Stanford Labs, 1960s-1980s. The earliest computer engineers relied on coffee to power late-night innovation. Silicon Valley boom, 1990s-2000s. The rise of startups reinforced the stereotype of programmers running on coffee. Tech office perks. Today, free coffee is an essential perk in most tech workplaces. Pop culture influence. TV shows and movies always portray hackers with coffee-stained keyboards. The phrase, "coffee is the lifeblood of programmers," is practically a mantra in the tech world. The downsides. Too much coffee? While coffee is a powerful tool, overuse can backfire. Increased anxiety and jitters. Too much caffeine can make debugging more stressful rather than helpful. Caffeine dependency. Over time, the brain requires higher doses for the same effect. Disrupted sleep patterns. Late-night coffee habits lead to poor sleep, reducing next-day performance. How to find balance. Stay hydrated. Pair coffee with water to avoid dehydration. Time it right. Avoid coffee after 4 p.m. to maintain a healthy sleep cycle. Try alternatives. Some programmers switch to matcha, yerba mate, or herbal teas for a smoother energy boost. Conclusion. Is coffee the programmer's best friend? For programmers, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a ritual, a tool, and a lifestyle. From boosting focus and fueling late-night coding sessions to building social connections in tech communities, caffeine plays an undeniable role in the coding world. But remember, like good code, moderation and balance are key. Too much caffeine can lead to crashes, anxiety, and sleep issues. The best approach? Drink coffee strategically, take breaks, and stay hydrated to keep your brain running at peak performance. What's your favorite coffee ritual while coding? Let us know in the comments. Rocket.